My, would you look at the time. It is time again for the return of the king, the rightful ruler of, well, probably the world at the end of things. It's time to rejoin Ainz in Overlord. Now, I wasn't going to leave you hanging, mainly because I actually really want to see Season 3 as well. So, with the apparent destruction and summarily occupation, maybe, of the 6 arms and the 8 fingers, or at least some of them, Ainz has done quite well for himself, hasn't he? And having pushed back the demon invasion, even if it was by his own doing, he has made an even bigger name for himself among those that were present, and slipped some interesting tidbits of information out there, almost entirely for his own benefit. And with Ainz saying that he's going to go back to El Rantel, is that meaning that we're gonna... Well, that was the last that we're going to see of quite a few of those kind of extra characters and the humans and whatnot. Maybe returning to the lizard men, or basically anyone else that they've come across might be quite nice. But then again, focusing on the inhabitants of Nazarick would also be quite welcome. Seeing a bit more of those battle maids. Well, I couldn't really turn down that offer. That definitely didn't come out the way it was meant to. Anyway, you didn't come here to hear me blathering on like some incompetent fool. You want to see the actual episode as well. So let's begin. Quite a few have gathered for this, haven't they? There's quite a few that we haven't really had too much interactions with as well. Or seen before. What happened to the big hamster thing as well? So he gets a separate reward. A fairly simple request. This would be interesting to know what her... For what purpose? I think we know the purpose. He's still got some remnants of getting a new voice is not going to be morally an issue for them, will it? Are you talking about Evil Eye? Will such a time arise? That's interesting. Oh, hell yes. I have definitely heard this song before, but I wasn't sure where it was from. Now, I wasn't entirely sure if there's anything in these intros and whatnot that I shouldn't be seeing beforehand, but a bit late now. Veracity, that was what it was called. I have been listening to quite a few Myth and Royd songs, so... That looked like another bunch of adventurers, kind of like the Swords of Darkness. Whether or not they'll meet the same kind of fate. Let's get into it. Someone's taking a nice dip. I mean... I guess it is definitely one way of getting that to work. Get into every crevice. How are his bones connected? Is there any ligaments there, or is it just through magic and manner manipulation? There are some other cultures that also appreciate those kind of events. The English aren't one of them, though. The fact that she's wearing like a camo scarf. Always as formal. Does she have a particular use for him? Or task right now? That was quite the quick entrance. That's the one that was attacked right at the beginning of, I think it was season 1 back then, yeah. Why is he being manhandled? Or penguin handled? Sounds like he's almost being garroted. Ah. Quite the useful ability. Yep, you can't dally, can you? Okay, they have a cloaking mechanism as well. Don't nod along. I'm just getting ready for this purpose. I think you're a bit worse than a sweatshop. At least The workers are fine. It's their property I worry about. Do they exactly get on? Understandable. The fact that he has a clipboard. Nice. I'd like to be able to summon a mount every now and again. It would make getting to work interesting. What is she getting at here? Ah! I get it. I get it. I can see why they might not enjoy what appears to be like a lord of insects. Their facial expressions is out of this world. Could she not control it? Was she too heavy? She's looking for a slap, isn't she? Some sort of draining magic. Would be quite useful just to have an encyclopedia. And she got a ring. Mm-hmm. I wonder what she could mean by that. I don't know if her wishes can be granted, though. So Albedo is pure? Well, she was an NPC, and then she was changed to have pure loyalty to Ainz in that kind of way. I don't know why she's so dejected. What did she just say? Just summon a new mount for now. Sure. Go for the easy option to fix this problem. Of course, it was going to turn out with a duel of wheels between the two. It would be interesting to see what they all class as like a holiday or what they do to relax. Ah. Undergoing training. The fact that he can only really attack with his tail there, although punching with those little stubby hamster arms might be. It's like someone crossed a plush doll with a plague doctor. I like it. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Um. There is such a thing as, genetics at work. Yeah, you have. I wish I didn't hear that. Happiness? Well, what have they got planned all between themselves? Yep. Just teleport over there. Is he trying to improve being a leader and being powerful in his movements? If anyone wants to see the little notebook that he keeps there. I can appreciate that feeling. It is incredibly draining to put on an act all day. At least he doesn't have to worry about facial expressions. So in a locked chest, in a inventory space that only he can access. Quite secure, I imagine. Well done. Okay. Well, Maya has always been rather nervous, shall we say. Well, at least his little training has benefited. Murray does get a lot of appreciation from Ainz. You actually know my name? Oh my. That's quite high praise, isn't it, really? He'd be a great father if he wasn't pure skeleton and an evil overlord. They're all very sincere with this, aren't they? Albedo is almost unable to contain herself. That's worrying. I was right. Very worrying. Is she going to be able to ride that bike on? Oh, Jesus! I don't need the running commentary from Ainz there. If only he could transfer that emotion suppression. What a return! Not that there was really a long break at all, but starting off strong. A return to the baths. Well, I kind of thought he was wearing armour as well, but it makes sense of him being in kind of insect-like. The fact that he also probably is mostly just exoskeleton there, so. Is it safe? That is true. Stay. What is it? The Guardian of the Baths. I... Did I read that in time, or was I before? Does he need to have a towel? I mean, I'm glad, but just... So much for peaceful times. Smile and nod. How much is he going to have to make up on the spot? Ainz is quite smart, yes, but he does have trouble with keeping up with everything, keeping up the appearances. You see, Overlord is in this weird place where everything is slightly campy and light-hearted, but covering some very dark topics, such as any of Demiurge's experiments, for one. Oh, it's great bringing happiness to the world. If that's what you call it. I don't really want to think any more on that subject. It is good seeing the Lizardmen again, and especially after being regenerated. And we saw not only the one where he was a bit slow because he needed to wake up properly and rest, but we had the other big Saurus guy. So it's good to see that they'd all kind of probably managed to get through the process. And considering that the final few episodes of Season 2 basically just focused around the kingdom and, trouble, it was nice to see a break on that. And even more so, a break in the lives of the Floor Guardians, where they're all doing their own thing, but not really at the same point. And a day in the lives of the battle maids and the servants and whatnot. That poor penguin. Good thing Nazarick has quite a healthy supply of healing magic. But please let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the first episode back in Overlord Season 3, or if you thought that any of my commentary was vaguely interesting, leave a like on the video. See if we can do better than the previous series. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I am going to try doing something a bit different and actually make a almost proper schedule. So things might work, I'm not entirely sure, but so that you can always expect the same kind of thing every week. So from now on, Overlord is most likely going to be on Fridays. Not bad, is it? After a hard day at work, hard day at school, you can relax to some Overlord. And of course there's going to be some very interesting things coming up in the future, and maybe some that you might not have expected, so keep an eye out for those. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss it. Most importantly, get some rest. I'll see you in the next one.